In tonight's EastEnders, Sharon returns as the cafe floor caves in, stirring up drama. Harvey confronts Dean. EastEnders spoilers tonight, Sharon's back, just as the cafe floor caves in. EastEnders spoilers for tonight reveal Sharon finally comes back to Walford. And her timing couldn't be better for all the drama to kick off because there's a crack in the floor of the cafe. Meanwhile, Harvey and Dean are at war, but will Harvey manage to expose him? And Yolanda is left uncomfortable after Pastor Clayton behaves inappropriately. EastEnders spoilers Linda is nursing yet another hangover in the Vic, but she's soon interrupted by the return of Sharon. They head upstairs to talk and it's clear Linda is on edge, worried Sharon is angry with her over what happened at Christmas. When Sharon discovers the meat thermometer is missing, she is thrown into a panic. It's made worse when she also finds out Johnny now knows everything about Christmas Day. There's chaos in the Vic a bit later on and Linda finds herself unexpectedly presented with the meat thermometer. She panics and immediately hides it again. Sharon calls a crisis meeting of the 6 in the Vic Barrel store and all of them are relieved to hear Linda is back in possession of the murder weapon. Sharon agrees to dump it, however none of them have any idea what's about to hit them. The cafe floor caves in. Vinny is annoyed and shocked to hear there is a crack in the cafe floor. He tries to get an emergency builder to fix it. But it's not long before disaster strikes and the floor caves in. Harvey takes on Dean in EastEnders spoilers. Harvey organizes an Easter egg hunt for the kids. He also tells Eve he's concerned about Jade. He then persuades Lily to invite Jade along to the egg hunt so he can keep an eye on her. Harvey finds himself reassured that Jade is on the mend. However, Dean reacts badly when he finds out Jade is at number 31. Harvey is immediately suspicious, but what will he do about it? Yolanda put in an uncomfortable position. Yolanda is having a difficult day after butting heads with Denzel and Agatha again. However, she's cheered when Denzel surprises her with a video call from Patrick. Yolanda then makes amends with Agatha and shares a food truck idea with Pastor Clayton. He thinks it's a brilliant plan and gives her a hug to celebrate. However, the embrace is overly tactile and Yolanda is frozen in fear. EastEnders airs murder weapon twist for Linda Carter in early BBC iPlayer release. EastEnders has finally revealed the fate of the meat thermometer that was used to kill Keanu Taylor. Fans of the BBC One soap opera will remember the events of Christmas Day 2023, which revealed Linda Carter killed Keanu Taylor to save best friend Sharon Watson used a meat thermometer to stab him in February. A drunken Linda confessed the secrets of the 6 to her son Johnny Carter, who was horrified to discover that the murder weapon was missing from where Linda hid it in her room, leading the 6 to suspect each other. On Monday, Linda was shocked when Sharon finally returned to Walford after fleeing to Australia back in January. Sharon revealed that she hoped to move past what had happened and was sorry for abandoning her friend in her grief, but was shocked to learn that Johnny now knew everything and that the thermometer was now missing. In a fresh summit for the 6 in the Vic Barrel store, the other 5 women were tense with Sharon for her swift exit, revealing all the hardships they had faced in her absence. However, Sharon had a fresh suggestion that they declare a general amnesty and whoever had taken the murder weapon for whatever reason could return it in the next 24 hours. Despite all suspecting each other, as Linda sat down for her Easter Sunday meal with her family, she got the shock of her life when her mother Elaine Peacock presented her much-hyped leg of lamb and the meat thermometer was sticking out of it. As it also dawned on a shocked Johnny what was happening, Linda had a guttural panicked reaction and screamed asking where Elaine got it from. In a darkly comical turn of events, Elaine confirmed she had found it while cleaning out Linda's bedroom of wine bottles and rotting food, but had given it a good clean before using it with the food. Despite this, Linda remained traumatized at seeing the weapon in the leg of lamb and shoved it from the table and it fell on the floor, to the horror of Elaine who accused Linda of ruining the day. Linda soon took it back into the kitchen and was furiously cleaning it once more, but both she and Johnny were relieved to now have it in their possession again. In a fresh meeting of the 6, Linda apologized for causing further panic among the women, but they were all pleased to now have it. Given her guilty conscience for abandoning the woman, Sharon then offered to dispose of the weapon herself so they could all put it behind them. Yet, there's not much chance of that as the episode concluded with the crack in the cafe floor worsening as it caved in entirely. As the week continues, the 6 will have to buck up their ideas as the discovery of Keanu's remains is now inevitable. EastEnders announces Katie Price as Linda Carter's sister as Model Past is revisited. Katie Price is joining EastEnders as Linda Carter's sister in a new explosive plot. The 45-year-old is no stranger to television, having appeared on many shows, Dream Team and Footballers' Wives, plus many reality shows, but the star is turning her talents to acting in Britain's most popular soap. As EastEnders fans will know, Linda Carter was a page 3 model before she ran pubs. She reminded viewers of her past in a chat with Stacey Slater last year. When Stacey was struggling to pay bills, she turned to an OnlyFans-type app to earn some quick cash, and Linda told her she used to work as a topless model back in the day. The Queen Vic landlady's backstory will be revisited this summer when her stunning half-sibling Georgia Peacock, played by Price, comes to Walford for a catch-up with her older sister Linda. Katie found fame and took the world by storm as glamour model Jordan in the 1990s, so she's the perfect person to bring Linda's new storylines to life amid the disappearance of her husband Mick Carter. Speaking about joining the EastEnders cast, Katie said, "Ever since I was a teenager I have loved being in front of the camera, and arriving on set at Elstree was a dream come true. Georgia is a funny character but a bit gobby, and is going to give Kat Slater a run for her money. The local fellas will also be bowed over by Georgia's charm, but she's into older men with a typical East End attitude, so Phil Mitchell better watch out. Pricey is about. I can't wait to see my first episodes on the tele, so blessed." You go to be, Jochin, the show's assistant producer, added, "Katie Price is a national treasure and there's not one person who doesn't know who she is, so we're honored to have celeb royalty on the show. Linda needs her family around her, and Georgia will soon arrive to lend some support as they brush over the past, but there is also scandal. Katie has already started filming episodes, with her first scenes to air on the 12th of Never. In case you hadn't realized until this point, yes, it is April 1st and this is an April Fool's joke, and Katie won't be appearing on EastEnders. EastEnders spoilers, Sharon returns to horror and she lashes out before death twist follows. The icon has been absent for months, much to the concern of fans, having flown to Australia to care for her old pal Michelle Fowler after a hysterectomy operation. The decision to take a break was sparked by a series of events that took place on Christmas Day. Firstly, her marriage to Keanu Taylor came to a halt following the revelation that their son Albie was actually fathered by Phil. Later that day he stormed to the Queen Vic and began to throttle her, but was saved by Linda Carter, who stabbed him with a meat thermometer. The women, alongside neighbors Suki Panesar, Stacey Slater, Denise Fox and Kathy Cotton, buried his body in a shallow grave beneath the floor of the burnout Bridge Street Cafe. It is safe to say that Sharon has not been coping well with the whole situation, as actress Letitia Dean revealed. She's mourning the death of Keanu, of her relationship and the death of their family unit, so she's completely overwhelmed by heartache and grief. So, the short answer is, no, she is definitely not coping. In her absence, a number of residents have edged dangerously close to finding out the events of the evening. Nish Panesar reported Stacey for the incident, and Denise Fox suffered a mental health breakdown which roused suspicions with her civil partner Jack Branning. During a tense conversation, Linda revealed everything to son Johnny. In upcoming scenes that air this week, hungover Linda is shaken by a surprise visitor. Sharon has jetted back into Albert Square and demands to know why she told Johnny. Learning that the murder weapon has disappeared, she calls an emergency meeting with the other members of the Six. Meanwhile, Phil threatens legal action and orders her to allow him to see Albie, having lost wife Kat and her sons in a bitter divorce this year, sister Sam walking off with his money, and with son Ben being sent down, he's looking to rebuild his family. A tense row erupts between the pair, but she's forced to agree to his demands when news reaches her that the cafe floor has caved in. The women try to piece together their next plan as the square reels from the news that Keanu's body has been found. Please subscribe our channel.